So hi, my name is Renuka and welcome back to my channel. This is the last part of that what we created with the April Hero Arts kit, and we create some kind of mixed media cards here with all the kit supplies and having some ideas. You can use whatever you have. You can use the similar products also. So today I'm sharing these 5 cards, and I use here the Spellbinders Arches folder. You can use any embossing folder for it. I use here the embossing ink which came in previous kit of the Hero Arts. It is kind of like a copper ink, copper golden ink, and when you just rub that ink on it, this trick will work always with the small cubes. This is like more than a cube, but yeah. And then I use the yellow cube which came in the Hero Arts kit. You can use any color combination you want. I want to be just simple for particularly for this card, so I use these glowy colors, and then I'm just using the glue. You can use a tape also, but if you are having the lots of texture in your card, you should use the glue as well, as like to get the more stuff on the back of the surface. And then I'm just cutting apart. By the way, these 5 by 5 inches card are I already have with me. I bought them from the Michaels with the matching envelopes in a craft color cardstock, and for the remaining one I just put those to enhance the interior as well as the envelope of this card. So this happy birthday die I have, and then you can put that in middle and go all through the foliage or leafage and flowers go around. That is the one idea. What I'm trying to do is here is I'm gonna put all those vases cut out. Don't want to do anything on them. I want to put all of them in a white, and I will highlight one of it, and then I'm just kind of assembling them, that how they're gonna look like. You can take a picture before you remove them. You can put a thanks, you can put a birthday, anything will do, whatever you needed, or you can just keep the sentiment at this time and you can edit them afterwards. Black and white sentiments are most probably go with any of the things. So what you can do, you can have the black and white sentiments in your hand, like the sorry or I appreciate you or happy birthday or thanks, and then you can just put them on the blank card, and if you feel that you can't put them on the front of the card, you can put them inside also. So then this die, having that vase die, and I cut out this vase. Then I'm using this green ink which already came in the Hero Art. You can use anything, and I'm just kind of rubbing that on the other 2 panels also. And then I want some kind of that should look different from the other vases, so I'm just giving here a little bit of texture with those dots, and I'm just giving that on one side so that it gonna give us the light on the other sides, and it's gonna give a live shadow effect, and that will look really nice. Now time to color these flowers. I'm after a long time I'm using this spectrum watercolors, Nora watercolors. I just almost forgot that I have them. After like I have zig colors, I forgot them, like I have them, and now I just grab them. I just want to see if they are still working or they dry out, but yeah, they are still working good. And then I just take a pink and coral color and just kind of adding the color to the leaves. You can use any medium you want to color them. You can use color pencil or color markers also. Just try to get the 2 tones if you are not able to do the 3 tones. 2 tones also give a nice effect, one darker and one the lighter shades of it. And then I don't like that white thing all around, so I just go with the aqua color. And now this color is not working. Yeah, you can see that because I bought them way before, and then I just stop crafting just because of my health and personal issues, and then I started again. So some of times they didn't work. Yeah. And then I got the sky blue color, but if you have the aqua gonna look very nice. And then I'm just covering all that white borders all along, cause I don't want like everything else is white, cause I already put those vases in white. And by the way, I cut out all these things from a thick paper, watercolor paper, I think 300 GSM. And then I'm just kind of little bit hiding them, the highlight on the camera. I don't know how much you can see them, but I added little bit of golden there, and to look just little bit enhancing and giving more texture to it, so it will look like more of something. And then I gonna put that flower arrangement in that vase. And I want this card is like, you are a rare flower, so I just want to highlight only one of that bunch, or you can put one flower also there. And then I just add the glue to put that the way I want. And then it's time to assemble all the stuff. But I thought that this white is not looking that great, I should add more color on those sentiments, and maybe I'll do that afterwards, or maybe like keep that way. But at that point I thought that it was it was like too much of white. I want some kind of blending, as well as I want to highlight that thing and kind of matching to those flowers. So I grab those colors which already in those flowers, on kind of, it is kind of tulips I think. And then I just add more color with the directly putting the ink cube on it. So I add little bit pink and red before, and then I'm just putting the yellow on that, so it kind of giving a mixture of orangish yellow to me, and don't mind. And then I'm just cleaning the surface, cause that if I don't clean it, that gonna, um, give dirty look to my card. So backside of card. Now it's time to assemble. So I decided to put all these on the main card front on a panel on a flat way. I don't want to give them more dimension, it's already having more dimension. And then I'm kind of like, they are giving me the like look of that backside is some kind of mural with the wall on it, wall mural, and their vases are like in front of that mural wall. And then in the between I gonna put that green vase, and now I want to highlight it. So I will give just little bit of height by using this foam tape. And I just want to make sure that it was not smashed here and there, so I'm just kind of covering everything out of it. And then I will put some of it on the flowers also, and then it's just time to remove it. And then I will put all that thing in that between. So now you can see that the arrangement is a little bit eccentric, it's not very central formed, so that it gonna look nice. One side it's 3 and other side is a 2, and in between. So although it's like a 6 vases, but just because of the height of the different vases, it will create that illusion, and your eye will go up and down. You can create same kind of arrangement in your vases also at home, or you can create the objects, and then like a gallery wall or something like that. And then your rare flower, I just want to add that with the foam tape, so it's gonna match the same height of the flower vase. So this card is pretty simple, you can arrange it and you can create it in a different forms also. You can put a critters on it, you can just have to change the background, or you can do the two-tone shades also in this. When you have like this kind of big canvas on working on, like 5x5 or 5 inch 5.5 by 5 inch, then you get a lots of room to do the stuff. Now just I'm putting some dots here and there which already came in the kit, just kind of balancing out. You can skip that part and you can put in no drops also, and they goes always better, or the dew drops kind of stuff, they always go with better with this kind of stuff. And this complete this card, but I just want to add more pop on it, so I decided to put a glossy accent on that flowers. Although that kind of, I want to like feel them all, so they kind of pop, and they have look like a 3D dimensional. And then I'm just putting some of the dots here and there to match the thing. And you can create this in any colors, you can create it in blues, and you can create this in pinks also. I choose this the neutral color of yellow and green, just like so that it's not a gender base, you can give it to anyone. And then for those two stripes we already have, you can create some other cards with them. This time I just decided to add these stripes on the envelope of it. So like I don't want to do much on the envelope, but I will just put that stripe one inside of the card, and other one is on the envelope. Then I just want to match that sentiment again. So you can see that the topmost portion is not properly embossed, and where there I want to put that sentiment, and here I'm using my misty, and then I will use that acetate sheet which is already grid, having the grid lines there, just because that I want it in the lineup properly. You can do it with your hands also, just it's a matter of time or practice, whatever you prefer. And then after doing this, I'm quite happy with the results. It is nice and crisp. And then you can use a VersaFine or Momento. And then I just want to put that inside. Sometimes when I use the VersaFine ink, it took a little bit more time to dry. So sometimes I can just smush off the that thing. So be aware of that you don't want to smudge off your ink. Let it dry for some while, or just use your heat gun. And then after all this, I'm just happy with this card. I create this kind of another card with the real time video for the Mother's Day. If you want to watch that, you can go to my channel, or I'll put the link at the end of the video. So for this card, I'm so happy that how it turned out. That paper I already built up, and I choose this orange and bright color, and then the combination of the light green and orange, and then I'm using this like of a weaving gel kind of stamp, or it's like a fishing net kind of stamp. I'm just putting that on my card panel. I'm not much concerned about the middle, because I'm gonna put the whole panel, orange panel on it, sorry, the green panel on it. And then I just add more on that orange, so it's kind of looking more cohesive, and the same time I can balance out the colors also. So then I just put that on the orange panel, because I want that little bit of border out of it. And then I just cut out the excess, and you can here use a foam tape to get a more extra dimension. I just use this packaging thing. I don't want more dimension at this time. I just cut out and just use the packaging, and then I just put out, and then it's having a little bit thicker, so it will give a nice little bit of dimension, not much. And then as well as you are recycling your paper, if you just want to put that Hero Art Kits panel, don't use that, use any scrap of one, because I used to put all of them in together with all that card ideas together. But nowadays I'm kind of planning to arrange my whole thing in a different way. I want to put all the butterflies dies in the same packet, where it's a Hero Arts, where it's MFT, whatever it is, where it's Hammond's, and then I use again that happy birthday die. So this happy birthday die, actually someone gave me the gift, and I think they bought from the Amazon. So I got this happy birthday die, and the balloons and the cake and something like that. But yeah, and you can use anything. You can use the salmons also, they have kind of similar kind of thing. And then that shadow of the dye as well as the orange color kind of matching there. I don't want to do much on those leaves. I just want to put them plain. I just stamp them and then die cut out them, and that is for this card. This is quite a simple, and it's a finished look. And then I just spritz some of the Hero Art iridescent spray on it, so it can catch the light when it is. Then I catch off extra thing on that panel. So this paper we created on the first video where I do the unboxing and other things, and now we are just creating some texture with this. So you can use the white ink, you can use Hero Art embossing unicorn ink. Salmons is also having white ink. I think I'm using the color box one because I have that with me, and I'm just kind of putting that ink randomly and creating the pattern background, because I don't want that card panel should be blank or something like that. And after that I just take out one of the hexagonal thing. These hexagons are from waffle flowers, yeah. And then I'm just kind of matting that hexagon so that my main cardstock gonna differ from the other. So after doing this, I'm just kind of planning to put that white plain vase on it, and I'm just showing you a different combination what you can do. And what I'm trying to do is I will do only the plain die cutouts. I will not go with the stamp and die cutouts thing. I don't want that black border particularly for this card. I just want that everything should be white and it's gonna pop out just like that way. But you can go ahead and you can use whatever idea you like to do. So here the focal point is that hexagon, and I just want to add something on it. So here you can see I'm trying the different vases and different kind of foliage with it. Just try to make it that the height of the vase as well as the height of those foliage or leaves gonna match, and the same time we have to see that what are the like composition. If the vase is small, you can't put the big leaf in that, it will not look good. And then I thought that I need more texture, so I just grabbed my texture paste and just putting the all the stuff on the stencil. You can do the same stuff with the hero art paste also. I'm using the Tim Holtz paste here, and as my paste is out, I'm already think that I should create the second card part, and I use again a white paste on the dark blue cardstock, and I'm here using those sunburst kind of flowers thing, and I really like how it turned out. And this is the thing, when I'm doing one thing, I just decided to do the paste, so I do all the craft paste work at the same time, so it will dry while I'm using the other card base, as well as it's easy to clean up for me. So next card will be that, and then it's easy to clean my mat also at the same time. And then I decided to do one on the craft cardstock, and then I just put the straight lines over there, and it is looking so beautiful on that white lines on that craft stock, and I'm just changing the direction of them to get a different kind of look on it. And rather than putting the base blank, you can do these kind of mixed media thing or texture, or you can stencil on them, or you can put a matte on the main cardstock. And then I will do all of the things accordingly, like then I'm gonna put some sentiments on it. So after that, it's just a matter of time that how I put that vase, and I put that small of a little bit portion around it, so that I can stuck my all the foliage and leafage there. You can use anything, you can create this with the other foliage stamps, and you can create your own vase with the different things also. Now let's jump to the another card. Now for this one, I really like that white and brown combination, but I don't want to I want to frame it. I want to see that it's not a continuation pattern, it is kind of frame, and it kind of structured it. So I just put the green ink all around, and very lightly I put that. I use direct cube to do that. And the cubes, I love the cube just because of this kind of stuff, cause you can do many things around it. Then I want this happy birthday thing on that, cause it gonna look together so good. So these are the pattern papers we created before, and I cut out some of the foliage out of it. So rather than putting them in the vase, I'm kind of creating here a pattern, and this pattern will kind of give the full interest, the focal point to that happy birthday sentiment. And all the things gonna match together just because I add the green color, and white is already there on my sentiment, and the white texture paste we use it before. Sorry for my voice. And then I just decided to add little bit of flowers all around it, so that green, blue, and all these things gonna go together. And this kind of cards are so versatile. You can do as a masculine card, you can use as a feminine card, you can give it to anyone. It's not restricted or gender biased cards. And then I just decided to pop that panel and I'm using here scrapbook.com foam adhesive, and when I got to pop the whole thing all together, because the main focal point, it's that the happy birthday sentiment or the image, because it's a quite a big one. And then I add some of the yellows and greens to just balance out the thing. You can use the enamel dot also. My yellow no drops is not working. I should buy the new thing, or do I need to do something with that. And then for this one, you remember that we already created this panel, and then I cut out that scallop border die with the MFT's dies, and then I'm just adding the same ink which came in a kit, and then I'm just adding the small dots all over. I just want the little bit fill in that card. And another thing is that when I use the texture paste, now it's dry, so I can go over the texture paste also a little bit, so add that blue color on it. And then I decided to use that white color, and very randomly I'm putting that texture lines on it. And you can see that when you want to get that raw look, you want to get that textured look on it, you don't have to stamp perfectly. So I'm not using my misty here, I'm using the like stamp there. And then I decided to add a little bit of glitter on those flowers, so I just put the color spray there. These are my metallic colors, and most often I use them. And then I just decided to use the shades of blue and green. I don't want to go like out of the color combination thing here. And then I'm just speedily putting those colors. I just want the shine and pop of that color on it. And they dry very quickly, so I don't have any problem to put and combine all of them. And then it's just a matter of assembling all things together. I splattered some of it. I don't know, my like footage is got went wrong, and I don't have the full footage of the, I think the last thing, or some things, some parts are missing. I hope you don't mind. And then these are the next cards we do with these kits. If you don't have this kit, you can use other things, but you can do the same techniques and you can create these backgrounds. And I hope you like this card. Let me know which one is your favorite. I love to read your comments, and if you have any suggestions, I love to take them also. So until the next crafty project, have a crafty life. Bye bye.